On April 17th, I was up by $73,000 for the month and I was flying high. And after two trading days later, I lost over $110,000 all on AVGO puts. This is going to be a hard recap to make, but here is the part I want to use it. I want you to see. Even after those two blowout days, I still closed April up by $29,000. And year to date, I am at $209,000, which I exceeded than my previous year. I talked about zone trading a couple of videos back. If you haven't checked it out, go see that. So I used that framework for most of this April, but I made a small tweak to the framework. So this is the recap which of what went wrong and what I'm changing in May. Hey, I'm the chip trader. If you are new here, I'm a software engineer at one of the Mag 7 companies, and I trade only the semiconductor stocks, uh, mostly for 1 or 2 hours every day in the morning. That's it. Just three stocks: Nvidia, AMD, and Broadcom. Quick disclaimer: nothing in this video is a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a trader who is documenting my own trades. Please do your own research before trading. Look, this is going to be a hard report to give. April was my first month in this year, which where I lost a lot of money since December of 2025, where I lost even a bigger amount of almost $165,000. I actually made a video about that. You should go and check it out. And I thought that was the rock bottom. And since January, I have been on a clean run, 3 green months in a row, and I was like around $190,000 when I started April first week, and then suddenly April hit me with almost $108,000 drawdown in two trading days. Embarrassing, yes. Discouraging, yes. But I want to keep doing these videos, honestly, including these months. I don't want to talk about, but because if I post only wins, the channel becomes a highlights reel, and like I won't be learning anything. The whole point of this is transparency. So I just want to showcase all the losses as well along with the wins. So let me show you the uh, all the months. Jan I made around 59,000, Feb 50,000, March was my biggest month, 77,000. April first 2 weeks I thought this is gonna be my biggest month because I made almost like 78,000 in the first 2 weeks, or first 3 weeks. But I ended up with positive, so I'm grateful for that. So this is 29,000, and May it shows as 6,000 loss, but this is a wash sale from April. So technically, this 11,000 belongs to loss belongs to April. But yeah, overall the net is $209,000, and if I see my trend, I already exceeded what I made in 2025 in the first 4 months. So in 2025, I made $163,000 in trading. In 2026, now I'm at $209,000. So I talked about zone trading in a couple of videos back, and I was following that like till April midweek. Then suddenly something happened and I had to tweak it. And after that, I was back again. Also, let me show you the actual Fidelity account. So this is my Fidelity. Again, this month I made around $5,000. Uh, the 6,000 you see in the penny track is because of the wash sale settings. And year to date, if I see, I'm up like $230,000. But again, this includes my retirement account as well. So it is around $209,000. And last 31 days, around $25,000. Uh, this is from April 3rd to May 3rd. So yeah, these are my actual trades. This is my actual account. So let me do a quick recap of the zone trading framework which I taught. So there are like three zones: fear, neutral, and greed. When we say as fear zone, VIX is above 25, fear and greed is below 25. During this fear zone, I told it's okay to hold the calls even if I miss it. And puts, I would cut it quickly if it is going on a loss because it's already at the bottom. I just don't want to hold on to the puts. Then there's neutral, and then there's a greed zone. Greed zone happens when VIX is below 15 and fear and greed index is above 75. Again, this is like a kind of extreme greed. In this scenario, I said like in the calls, take profits and don't be greedy. And puts, it's okay to hold if I miss. So this was the biggest uh, thing which I missed here. And the refinement to the rule is the news flow overrides this rule. I'll come to that later. So right now, this is the Freedom Greed Index, and 1 month back it was in extreme fear. Now it's in greed at 67, and the VIX is kind of in a greed zone, less than 25. Um, at April 7th, it was elevated. It was at 25. Now it's at 6. So what do I mean by news override? Let me show the Broadcom chart. So this is an 1 hour chart of Broadcom. Let me include the extended hours as well, or not. So this was Broadcom, and I was trading around April 7th. I got a lot of puts because it reached around 3:30, and it grid was it was set. It was in the grid zone. You see here, around April 7th, the VIX is elevated at 25, and this was also I think at neutral or in the semi grid zone. Then something happened. What I missed was the news flow. On April 7th, uh, Broadcom signed a multi-year TPU deal with Google through 2031, and a week later, Broadcom expanded its Meta partnership through 2029, including the first 2 nanometer AI accelerator, and AVGO hit 2 trillion market cap during this run. So this was the biggest run which I kind of screwed up because since it was in the greed zone, I got a lot of puts, and when it went up after the Google deal, I bought more puts thinking it would crash because it's at an elevated level and it's okay to hold puts. But news always overrides the greed settings, and it kept on going up and up and up. And at around this zone, I was like, okay, I just don't want to take it more, and I sold it for a loss. I'll show you the loss one. Yeah, I closed some on April 20th, and I closed the rest on April 22nd for almost 110k loss. I can show you the loss trades. This is my loss trades for 2026, and I lost around like $180,000 this year. And if you look at the distribution, I lost the highest on Wednesday, close to $100,000, and the second was on Monday, $50,000. In April, out of the $180,000, I lost $138,000 in April, and the whole duration, the same day. Like if I buy something and if I see something is going on a loss, if I sell it, I'm okay with this one because I realized on the same day and I closed it. It is around $57,000, and this is the one which I held on the puts, and because of the news, the Broadcom stock went up and up, and I lost around like $120,000 here. So this was the biggest lesson for me this for this month. So even though the charts says the greed zone, but the news flow says uh, positive, the news always wins. because momentarily we have more weightage to the news, and it could go again down, but news always wins. So that's the biggest learning for me this month. Let me also show you. There are some signs which I missed, which I should have caught. So this is the hourly chart for Broadcom. Let me enable the EMI. So this is the 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average. There are a couple of terms called golden cross and death cross. Whenever the stock, the 50-day moving average goes below the 200-day moving average, it's called a death cross. When that happens, the stock goes down. And when the stock, when the 50-day moving average goes above the 200-day moving average, it's called a golden cross. When that happens, the stocks just goes up. So here you see the orange one is the 50-day moving average, and the purple one is the 200-day moving average. So the 50 went below 200, it's a death cross, and the stock, I think this is last year Feb, it went from 220 all the way bottom to 134, and after that the 50 moving average crossed the 200-day moving average. You see here 180, and this death cross and golden cross can like stay for months and sometimes years as well. So this is a death cross zone. It went up, 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 and again I think there was a small, again this is not a proper cross. You see here this year, not actually this year, this December, there was a death cross again in Broadcom, and it went down, down, down. There is a small again recovery of a golden cross again, but this is a small. It is not an actual recovery. It went down again, and this is the one which I missed this month on April 8th, on 7th or 8th. There's a golden cross, meaning the stock is gonna blow up, and I bought lot of puts, more than $100,000 puts, thinking that it's gonna go down because of the zone trading, and it is the status is greedy, and this is the biggest thing which I missed, and as a result, like yeah, I screwed up. And also you can see that I was also looking at RSI. Whenever RSI is above 70, the stock goes down. So that also a little bit swayed my mind. I saw the thing was greedy, and the RSI is above 70. And so technically it means that generally it goes down. And if historically, if you see, whenever the stock goes above 70, you see above 70, it goes down. So it hit is above 70, it went down. It hit above 70, it went down. Above 70, it went down. You look at, and if it is below 30, it goes up, the stock goes up. So you see here, the RSI is below 30, and it came up after this, and 30 up, 30 up, 30 up. So here also it hit 70, it reversed, it went down, and it hit 30 here. When it went down, it was going up. Now again it's at 70. So technically it should go down a little bit, or it could slightly go up just like the previous sessions and then go down. But right now again this is at like a grid zone or a little bit higher. So I would be cautious to get in right now. Again, just like previous sessions, it could go up as well, but right now it's at elevated levels. And I also built something called gamma exposures, which I'll talk about shortly. Uh, right now, it is slightly at higher position, and I would wait if I want to get into calls right now because it's slightly overbought. Now, let me walk you through on how I recovered the losses and I ended up positive for the month of April. Let me pick maybe 1 or 2 days and walk me through the. I'll walk you guys through the trades which I made. Maybe I can pick 28th April. I made 17,000 on that day. Oh, actually 30th I made more there. 24,000 on 30th. Let me see what I did. Let me go blind a little bit. Let me do a replay session. so that you'll know exactly what happens and how I think through each trade. So replay session. So again, I don't know what's happening. It's going to be new for me as well. This is a 1 minute chart on a Broadcom. So the orange color indicates it's pre-market session right now. So I'll tell you how I think through. So let's see. The time right now is 6:20. The market opens at 6:30 since I'm at PST. And so the market opened. Generally, I don't trade for the first 5 minutes. So it went a little bit down. And okay, before that, I'll show you what are the indicators which I'm using. I'm using a VWAP, 9 EMA and a 20 EMA. The blue one is 20 EMA, the white one is the 9 EMA, and this is a 1 minute chart. And I also will have a 10-second chart and a 5-second chart as well. But right now, just for this demo purpose, let's do the 1 minute chart. So the first 5 minutes, I just got a range of what the range is. So this is the range of the trades. I just marked it 417 and 412. Let's see. It went down, down, down. Again, I didn't enter. Oh, okay. At this point, I see the MACD is slightly recovering from dark red to light red, and it's gonna be a green. I could enter the trade here, but you see it's crossing the VWAP. I think I just skipped this one, or I would wait for a pullback on the VWAP. I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah. So I would typically enter here. So since I said it break over the VWAP and I see a green symbol, a green histogram on MACD, and there's a pullback on the MACD, and I would enter at 414 here, and I would just it is at 417, right? So I would just like make a couple of grand and I would quit here, or since it's like $3, I would have made more, like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 here. So I would exit here, and let's see what happens next. It went up again. I'm okay. Even I just want to take some profits, even if it goes up after I traded. Like I sold, that's okay because I just don't want to be greedy. I just, since it's a day trading and not a swing trading, I would want to take minimum profits here. So I would sell here, and it went up. I would see uh, it. I think rejected the 5 minute high. It came down. I would wait. I would not enter again. I would see if it okay. So it broke again, and I could enter again on the pullback on 417. I would see if it bounces up on the 417, but the 5 minute high pushed it down. It is honoring the resistance here, so I wouldn't enter here. I would just stay put. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it was going down. That's good. We did not enter, and here the MACD became red, and I would wait for 9 EMA to cross below the 20 EMA. Yes, it crossed now. I would wait for a pullback. Okay, I see a small pullback here, and I will also wait till it goes below the 5 minute low. So I would just wait for like maybe 10 seconds, and I would enter here. So let's say I enter at 412.86. Let's see. It went down, went down, it went down. That's a strong. Okay. At this point, I see the MACD is becoming from dark red to light red. It means that the seller volume is getting, or the sellers are getting like counted by the buyers. I would close here. You see, I entered at 412. I would close at 410 here, take some profits. Maybe I would have made 2 or 3,000 here, and I would close here because uh, I would wait for maybe another pullback. If it touches the 9 EMA and bounces back down again, I would enter again the puts. Let's see what happens. So again, yeah, it's going up. I would watch out for this. If it bounces off this white line, the 9 EMA, and goes down, Again, I would enter. Let's see if it did not, but it went passed through the 20 EMA and it touched the VWAP. VWAP also now acts as resistance since the price is below the VWAP. Now, what I would do is I would wait for it to break the VWAP. If it breaks, then I would enter again. Let's see. And okay, it has to break and retest again. So, and MACD is green, it's positive. I would want the 9 EMA to cross the 20 EMA, and so again, so it did not cross. Even though it is green, I did not enter because the 9 EMA did not cross the 20 EMA, and it did not bounce up. It did not actually technically break the VWAP. So this acts as resistance, and it went down. So I would wait here, and it's going down. MACD red, and I would enter maybe a put position here if it is a small pullback. Let's see. Okay, I think it did not honor. Yeah, it's a pullback here. Let's see if it bounces off this point. I could enter a put, and since it did not bounce off, I would not enter the put position here. Okay, this is a bounce. If this crosses the previous low, which is 410.5, we can enter a put position. Let's see if it crosses below. It almost touched it, but it did not cross. So let's see. Yeah, it crossed below. I would enter a put here, and MACD is red. Red again. I would, as I said, like I would have entered at this, right. I said 410.50. So it went all the way to 406, which is very good. Okay. Again, now it became light pink. I would exit here at this point. Maybe I would not have sold at like 406. I would have closed at 407, give back a little bit of profit, and let it go through. Oh, but you see, it went down after that, and that's okay. Since it is a bear flag, I could enter at this point again. I would have entered at this point again at 406.83. Again, it's gray. I would have like closed it because normally these pullbacks happen for 2 or 3 times. It already happened here once, twice, thrice. I don't want to take risk more. Like 3 is the maximum time of pullbacks I would trade. Even the same goes with the upward moments here. We just had like only one pullback here. In this downward moment, you can see one pullback, two pullbacks, two pullbacks. Here we had like all 1, 2, 3 already. I wouldn't risk. I would just close it here, maybe at 404 puts, and I would wait for a reversal. It went down. Okay, no, yeah, I think it started the upward movement here. This is the moment which would have closed. So this is the right moment, and it's going in up direction, and MACD is green. Technically, you should wait here because the 9 EMA is still below the 20 EMA. But if you are a little bit more adventurous, you could take a trade here and scalp a little bit. Again, I would call this as like a level setups. Maybe I will do a video on like A quality setups and B quality setups. This would be a B quality setups, meaning I don't have full conviction, but I could take a little bit gamble because I already made a lot of money on puts here and a little bit on the call here. I already made a good amount of money here, so I'm okay to gamble a little bit here because there are some indicators which are saying I can go for it, but not all the indicators. And I would wait for a pullback here. Let's see if there's a pullback. A little bit pullback. I could go. I could take that. Yeah, and it went up, 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 and also after that we got a confirmation. The 9 EMA. So this time the gamble paid off. Like the 9 EMA crossed it, and I would wait till maybe till it hits the VWAP. So it is going up. Again, these are all, if you see the pullbacks I was talking about, like this is the first pullback, second pullback, third pullback. Normally, as I said, like I don't want to trade more than three pullbacks. Either I could exit at this point 410 if I want to be safe, or I could be more greedy and I can go up to 411. I think I closed it at around 410 that day. So, but yeah, it went up all the way up to here. That's good. So now, if you're, I would close everything here. I don't want to take the risk. Normally, it acts either as a support or a resistance. Right now, I'm guessing it's a resistance. If it breaks through, then I would invest more. Let's see what happens here. So it is actually a resistance. So I would wait, and it did a big breakthrough. Once it breakthroughs, I would wait for a pullback. So I see a pullback here. I can, if I see a green after this, I would enter. So I see a green, I would enter again here at this point at 412, and I'll let it run through. I think it did not hold this time. I would again close it at a loss here. It's because it did not hold up. And or you could like do a quick scalp, like you open at 412 and you can just close it at 413, because it also hit this level. This also could act as a resistance. So you could have made a small scalp there, but I think I made a small loss here, and I just exited the trade there. And what happened next? And again, the time is 8:30. I would normally stop trading here because I just trade like first 1 or 2 hours. I think, yeah, this was my last trade. I made a loss, a little bit loss, and I closed the trade there. But let's first say, for education purpose, let's see if I trade the whole day, how would I trade? Um so this is acting as a resistance. Again, I did not trade any of these things, but I'm just seeing like how it's going here. So it did a little bit of uh, upward momentum here, and went down. It is, I think it is kind of a flat at this point. Let me actually quickly run through it. I would actually go at look at after 12 to 1 is the time I would normally look at the chart again. Let's see. It's at 11. Let's stop at 12 and see. Okay, at 12. This is my lunchtime during the office hours. Maybe I'll just quickly scan through if I can make any quick trades here. I just open and quickly scan the charts. So 12, I wouldn't do anything here. Nothing interesting. So even RSI is in the mid. There is nothing crazy happening on the MACD. I would just watch it. Oh, wait, let's. I would maybe enter this point. At this point, there's a crazy upward movement at this point. So you see the 9 EMA crossed the 20 EMA, and I saw a strong upward momentum of the green bars, the MACD. I would enter here. I would close maybe once I enter here at 415. I would maybe take close profits maybe at 417. I don't want to be greedy and go all the way. It might go up because RSI also hit 70, above 70, and it is almost, yeah, it went all the way up to I think 418, but that's okay. I'm happy with the rules, and which I have, and yeah, it started coming down after that, so that's good. Like I closed it at 417. So let's see at what price it ended up that day. Oh, it went all the way down, down. Yeah, again, we can enter the trade here. So MACD green, it's crossing. We can wait for this pullback, a little bit pullback to happen, and I can enter if it crosses above this. I could enter a trade here, which would have ended in a loss because it again became light green. I would have made a loss here on this trade, but again, I would just close the trade, and I would exit. That's okay. Like again, oh, would have been like held on to it. I would have gone, but again, I shouldn't be doing that just because it went up after that. It's just lucky. But according to my rule, I would just have closed it here at a loss. But luckily, it went up. That's okay. Like I wouldn't be holding on to this one. So 12 to 1 period, I would made money here, and I tried to enter here, and I would have made a little bit loss here, maybe like a again on the day I did not trade on the afternoon in the afternoon. But if I had traded, I would have made money here, a little bit of loss here, and I would have missed this. And oh, that's and the day ended. Yeah. So this was my trade on 30th of April. So let me know if you want me to walk me through this kind of analysis for any of the days before. Like, just let me know. I can do a session on. I can pick any day, and I can walk you through of like how I think or how I enter and how I exit. What's my decision, and what are my like entry and exit conditions, and how I think through. So let me know. So that's the April, folks. I almost had $140,000 loss, and I recovered most of it. You can see the peak was $260,000 in April, and I went to from $260,000 profit for this year to $157,000, and again I'm back to $209,000 now. Again, I did not recover my drawdown yet. I want this to be fixed. So still in the recovery mode. I'm like holding it together. Let's see how the May month goes. And before I leave, I just want to give a small, quick overview of what I'm working on right now. So I'm working on this tool called like Gamma Exposure. So this will give us again. I just got an API and I'm writing it locally. This I'm just trying to build this small tool which will help me in the direction and give me a better resistance and the support levels. So maybe I'll do a video on how I built this in the coming videos, and how I take the data. And for Broadcom, the levels are 400 to 450. For NVIDIA, let me see, the levels are a little bit, the spread is a little bit thin here. 195 to 200 is the range for NVIDIA. Let's see AMD. For AMD, so it's a lot wider for AMD. The put wall is at 340 to 400. Since the stock is volatile, I think it's the range is too high here. If you found this video useful, please feel free to like and subscribe, and always try to comment. I always read the comments. Since I'm a small channel, I try to respond to every comment. I'm not selling anything. I'm not running any Discord. I'm just journaling my trades, and I'm not a financial advisor. I just want to remind that again, trading is risky. Please do your own research. This is just a journal which I'm doing for my sake. And if you want any commentary, just I did like this today on a particular trade or a stock, let me know in the comments. I can do a walkthrough of how I would trade that on that day. I could do a replay session just like today. And see you folks in May. Stay safe.